I am tired of people gatekeeping this stuff. So that's why in this video, I decided to just give it all away. I'm going to give you the exact AI process, including prompts that I use. I'm going to walk you through an example as well, in order to produce high converting UGC scripts, right? This is not just the average, ChatGPT, please tell me what to do, or please do me like a 3 reasons why. This is high-end copywriting, and you get in front of 99%, with these scripts, in my experience, right? And I'm just going to give it away, right? So these scripts have produced, this exact same process has produced millions, is producing millions at the moment, right? The whole portfolio of brands that I oversee is spending more than 2 million a month now. So, a big part of that are these UGC scripts. So let's jump right in, I would say. What's the old way? I'll just quickly show you the old way, and then we jump into the new way. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step, right? You're going to get the prompts as well, so stick with me. Obviously, the old way is this one, right? Which you might be familiar with this way, which is, what do? You hire a UGC agency, of course, right? That's what you should be doing, right? With your e-commerce, shouldn't you? Not really, at least not after you watch this video. So what do? You hire this agency, you have these, a couple of 20-year-olds or 20-something-year-olds that have no idea about your product. They have no idea about your audience. So what do? They just go ahead and say, well, let's copy paste some stuff that we know is working, right? So you have this typical 3 reasons why, right? 3 reasons why, and then you have this, I don't know, TikTok made me buy it. Whatever the case may be, the point is that they're trying to use a one-size-fits-all approach. And, if you've worked with an agency or you've been thinking of working with an agency, I think you're pretty familiar with this process. You just, give them your product, give them a couple of, let's say, raw files, and then the craziness starts, right? So what do? Instead of really understanding your product, your audience, the niche in you, where you're at, looking at the competitors, right? Then looking at actually understanding copywriting and coming up with a solid script. That's what they do, right? So they have beautiful creators that maybe are not at all in your target audience. Starts with that already. And then, they just continue with, scripts that are very, very generic in a way, right? I'm going to show you how you can actually do this. You will solve this after this video. So what happens then? It takes forever for them to finish the scripts, right? So this takes, I don't know, I've heard crazy stories. I've heard people waiting 3 weeks until it's their turn to get the scripts done. Then they send over the script and half of it, just doesn't work. You would never even permit anybody to launch something like that, right? And boom, you lost 3 weeks, right? And then obviously they come up with a briefing after some review rounds, right, with you. And then they send this briefing to a couple of creators. And then you have let's say, okay creatives, right? They're okay, right? I'm not saying that, all agencies do bad work, right? The question is just, what do these creators bring to your bottom line, right? We don't want just beautiful creatives, right? We want creators that actually convert. And most importantly, convert cold audiences, right? So convert people that have never heard of you and that have no, let's say, where you don't have any brand awareness yet, right? Because that's what really helps you to scale your budgets, okay? So yes, you might end up with a couple of good creatives, but the question is, are these creatives alone enough to be scaling on cold audiences and 10xing your ad spend consistently, okay? That's a completely different output. And this is what you should be looking for when you want to scale to $1 million a month. So what is the new way? What is the chat way, if you're familiar with this meme, right? It's essentially the guy that, doesn't do much, right? He's not like working like crazy and working his ass off and trying to make something work, but he's actually just like chilling, doing very smart, simple things, and ends up with amazing results, right? While everybody's asking themselves like, how the hell is he doing this? I'm working all the time. I'm working with all these agencies. How is he doing it, right? So the first thing for you to understand is that this is not complicated, okay? It's not, you don't need like a PhD, you don't need a literature, grade, whatever the case may be. You don't need all of that. Whatever these agencies tell you that this is their proprietary knowledge, blah, 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 forget about it. All you need is ChatGPT or Claude. In this example, I'll use ChatGPT and the prompts that I'm going to give you, okay? So this is what we're going to do now. We're actually going to jump right in, okay? So let me see if you see my screen. I guess you do, okay? So obviously, I would recommend that you already have ChatGPT, right? If not, make sure to get ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you now the prompt that I'm using. Okay, it's a little bit different than most of the prompts that you might have seen. It's not this typical, hey, just write me a UGC script, because this is where ChatGPT actually fails, in my opinion, right? You need to give ChatGPT a specific guideline, right? Obviously, I'm saying stuff like, okay, act as a creative strategist, right? Writing a high converting user generated content script for the company, blah, 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 right? So we're going to check out an example in a second. Make sure to make it easy to understand, blah, blah, blah. Create a 40-second, and this is what we can obviously change, UGC script using, this is what I'm going to show you. This is how it gets like crazy, and you can literally come up with infinite scripts. And the other thing is obviously that we need a specific angle, okay? And then what do I mean by structure is that you actually tell them like, okay, I don't just want you to like come up with a UGC script, right? I want you to do a UGC script that actually has a hook, talks about a problem, talks about an emotional problem, agitates the problem, right? Positions your solution against other ineffective solutions, explains the real root cause of the problem and why other solutions don't work, then explains the solution mechanism, explains common misconceptions about the solution mechanism, benefit 1, 2, 3, social proof, call to action. You see, like this is a completely different script than just, hey, these are 3 reasons why this is the coolest product ever. This is very bottom of funnel. This is very solution based, right? You're not going to crack cold audiences with such a script. And that's really the problem, right? So all these UGC agencies, not all of them, but the most of them, they work with these types of ads. And I think it's just like, you're just losing a bunch of money. Okay, let's jump right in. I'm digressing here. Okay, so let's look for a, just a beauty brand serum, okay? So I don't know if you see this actually. Okay, you see this. So let's check out Paula's Choice. Oh, this one here. What is this one? Madara Cosmetics. All right. You see, we do this live, right? So you can actually tell that I'm not just cheating it. This is not prepared. Okay, I'll take this link. That's all you need. Take that link. Okay. This is the link. Let me see. Madara. This is the product name or the brand name. Madara. Okay, this is a facial oil. Da 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 da. Using the, okay, and now I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to copy it in. You will get it afterwards in the link. Okay. So, and the link to the prompts. There you go. Okay, so here, just to show you, those are different copywriting frameworks. I'm not going to go into detail here. This would be like a 1 hour video minimum. But this is what I want to show you, right? The way I wrote this prompt is that it's a dynamic prompt, right? You can change the framework, right? So we're going to start off with the AIDA framework, which is very common. But there are many, many other frameworks when it comes to copywriting that you can use, and you can actually use them in your scripts, right? And you should be using them in your scripts, okay? So let's check out this here. What does this do? Okay, face recovery, restores tired skin. Let's just say our angle is dry and puffy skin, okay? That's it. Offer, let's see, what is the offer? It seems like there's some kind of offer. Exactly, 40%, okay? 40%. This is whatever your offer is, okay? Let's say 30-day guarantee, okay? That's it. Nothing else that we need to change. This, obviously, we get rid of that, okay? And let's see what happens. You see, this is not just like a two-liner, and that's how you should be using ChatGPT, in my opinion, right? You should really give it a certain structure and more direction. Okay. All right, there you go. I've tried so many products for dry, puffy skin, but this one actually made a difference. Most mornings, I'd wake up with skin that felt tight, looked tired, and just didn't feel right. I was piling on makeup to hide the puffiness and still felt dull and worn out. Heavy creams never sank in, and water-based serums evaporated before they could do anything. Turns out my skin barrier was depleted. No wonder it couldn't hold moisture. This organic face oil from Madara changed everything. It's packed with omega-rich Arctic berries and sea buckthorn, which helped my skin feel stronger, soothed, and actually held hydration. At first I thought, isn't oil too heavy for my face? But this one absorbs like a dream, no greasiness. Now my skin feels soft and bouncy when I wake up. The puffiness around my eyes is way less noticeable, and that dull look, gone. I actually get compliments on my glow now. It's certified organic, vegan, and thousands of women swear by it. Madara's running a 40% offer right now, and there's a 30-day risk-free guarantee. So I figured, why not? Honestly, I'm glad I tried it. So, what do you think? Compare this to the BS generic scripts that you got from agencies, or that people like push in there, I don't know, like freebies or whatever the case may be. I'm giving it away like for free. That's it. This is literally what you need to create killer scripts, right? So now let's say, now we can get a little bit creative, and we can actually say, now, please rewrite it for and let me just check out this one, the hero's journey. Hero's journey framework. Okay. So this way, you just have like a different script, right? It follows a different copywriting framework, right? Essentially, I used to think dry, puffy skin was just part of getting older, especially in the morning. But one day, I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I just looked so drained. I knew I had to change something. I'd already tried all the rich creams and hydrating serums. Nothing ever stuck. And facial oils, I was convinced they'd clog my skin. Then I found Superseed by Madara. It's the organic facial oil made with Arctic berries and sea buckthorn. I gave it one last shot, and I'm so glad I did. Within days, my skin felt softer, calmer, and looked visibly less puffy. It actually absorbed no residue, no breakouts. Now I wake up with skin that feels nourished and looks rested. I don't reach for makeup right away anymore. They've got a 40% offer right now and a 30-day risk-free trial. I honestly didn't expect results like this, but I'm not going back. Boom, another one. And you can do this all day long, right? And that's why I say, in general, you don't need these agencies for this stuff. You just need the right process. This is what I preach all of the brands that I basically mentor, that I coach. This is just like a little part, from all of the stuff that we do, and how in this case AI can help you if you know how to use it, right, the right way. And that's why I think, like, I'm fully convinced you don't need agencies to do this stuff, right? And you can save yourself so much headache, so much wasted time, budget, and ultimately profit, right? Like, they just eat into your profit. I know crazy stuff from agencies that have like a percentage on the ad creative that they've done, like on the ad spend of the ad creative, on the ad creatives that what? This is insane. This is insane. So my opinion, as you know, like, take those frameworks, and this is just for one type of UGC. There are many more for writing copy for a landing page, for actually doing more in-depth research on who your customers are and who your target audience thinks, right? There's way more stuff that I share with people inside my mentorship. But you see the results now, and you see what is possible. So think again before you hire this like 3K, 5K, agency. And, what are you actually paying for? That's the question. Just for somebody to, do some average scripts that you can actually do better just after this video. Right now, you're already capable of doing it. And then what's the other thing? You put in like an intern or like a working student, and you tell them to go on a platform where you can hire UGC creators. You give them a briefing on what type of UGC creators you're looking for, and you give them this script, right? And there's a different thing would be how to brief the UGC creators. Let me know if I should do a video about this. But honestly, that's it, right? And then the question is like, why would you pay somebody $5,000 a month or even more just to do this, right? Okay. So I hope that was helpful. If it was helpful, make sure to share it with all the other e-commerce founders that you know, right? To spread this message. And if you say, man, this was nice, but I want more of that. I want all of this in all of the processes when it comes to paid ads in my business. That's what I have my mentorship for. Just go ahead, click the first link in the description. And you see, like, this is the stuff that I push out for free. There's more stuff inside. And this actually helped a bunch of brands already get to $1 million a month and more. And they were starting at like 100K, 50K per month, right? So if you're doing, let's say, $1 million a year or 5 million a year, and you want to get to 10 million a year ASAP without, wasting time with agencies and actually building your in-house team, that's exactly what I do. Okay. So looking forward to chat with you whenever you see this. And if not, just enjoy the rest of my videos. Take a deep dive into the stuff that I share, and like, comment on every opportunity where you think this would make sense. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Take care.